Every once in a while, I get a comment that I really don't like seeing. This comment is basically, Nick, I'm down a massive amount on my trading account. What the heck do I do? So in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about dealing with really serious drawdowns, making the mistake of putting on way too much position size, and what to do if you're in a situation where you absolutely have no idea what to do. So stay tuned. Let's go ahead and get into it right now. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick. I talk trading and investing in Forex, stocks, all sorts of markets. And today I've got a topic that is really hard for me to hear from new traders because I hear it way too often. As you can imagine, running a business around trading and also running a YouTube channel, I get a lot of comments, emails, messages from people who have done all sorts of things in their trading. People who are successful traders, people who are not successful traders, people who are in the process of learning or improving in their trading. I hear a lot of feedback, but I'm going to talk to you guys about the message that I receive on a semi-regular basis that I absolutely never like to hear. Every single time somebody sends me this message, I get sad. Not like full-blown sad, I can't get over it because it's almost, I have to move on from it, but I get this message way too frequently and it really does bum me out. This message basically being, hey Nick, I'm currently holding some position on some market, whether it's gold, euro, New Zealand, whatever it is, and my account is down 60%. I'm completely far gone. I took a big short or a big buy on a position that's just gone against me, and I've held it and held it and held it, and now I have no idea what to do. So they come to me or they come to one of our staff members here at A1 Trading and they start asking us questions about, what the heck do we do in this situation? Do I close out of this trade and call it a day and just lose like all my money? Or do I try and hold on to this thing and hope that it comes back and saves the day for me? Well, the problem with this is that by the time we usually get this message, things are too far gone. And if you've been in this situation, then almost certainly you know what I'm talking about. What I mean is you've taken big positions, you've dealt with a losing trade or some series of losing trades that you're using way too much of a position size, and things are way too far gone. By the time we get this message, when somebody says, I'm down 60, 70% on an account and I don't know what to do, the game is over. You've basically lost. You've basically blown the account. You've done something that you certainly regret now, and now you're dealing with a really crappy situation. There's no other way to say it. It's just not a fun situation to be in, and unfortunately, a lot of new traders find themselves in this. There's people who, and it's not completely, I guess it is to a degree their fault that they got into that situation, but it's also a lot of times just a lack of understanding, a lack of education when it comes to trading and investing. People get a $2,000 account and they put a one lot position on it and they don't put a stop or a target or whatever, and they just think, it's going to go this way, and when it doesn't, they're sitting there and all of a sudden their account is massively drawn down and they don't know what to do. So what do you do? What is the best solution if you find yourself in this situation? Well, the best thing to do is to never let yourself get into that situation by using proper risk management, dealing with trades accordingly, sticking to a trading plan and a risk management plan that allows you to hopefully stop out of positions before you get down 60% on your account, which is basically not recoverable. In order for you to go back to your normal, your initial balance, if you have a 50% drawdown, you have to make a substantial gain on your account. In fact, it's not 50% gains. You actually have to make 100% gains. So think about this. If you have $2,000 in an account and you go down to $1,000 in that account, how much do you need to make in order to get back to $2,000? Obviously, $1,000. That is actually doubling the money that you have in your account because you have $1,000, you're trying to get back to $2,000, and all of a sudden you're sitting there, you're like, I have to double my account just to get back to break even? That is a serious problem. That is a serious situation that is no fun to be in, and too many traders face that because, again, they get into trading and investing and they want to open a live account and they don't know what they're doing, and then suddenly they find themselves in huge trouble, and again, by the time they message our team, it's already too late. So what do you do? Again, you don't want to get into this situation in the first place, but if you are in this situation, then the best thing in my view, this is my opinion, close out of the trades and learn a lesson. That's the honest, hard truth when it comes to this concept. that I think not a lot of people want to hear, because it's really crappy when you're sitting there and you've got 50% drawdown, 60% drawdowns, and you're like, this is 3 months of my savings here down the drain if I close out of these positions. And the only solution is to close out of the account and basically, say I've learned a lesson. That's not an answer that anybody wants to hear. But here's the thing, there is no easy answer in that situation. The reality is that if you're down 50%, 60%, 70% on your account, you've done a lot of damage to it that for the most part is very unlikely to be recovered. And so you can either sit there and hold and hope and pray that your positions will come back, which, by the way, is not a good strategy in the markets in general. Or you can accept your loss, you can accept your mistake and say to yourself, you know what, I've made a big mistake. And that's going to be painful for anybody, for your pride, for your bank account. All of that is again, it's not fun to deal with. I know of people, I've heard of stories of people losing, their life savings doing this sort of thing, just making really dumb decisions that they seriously regret afterwards. And then they basically, sometimes people learn their lesson and they come back from it over time, or a lot of times, unfortunately, people don't learn their lesson. They get really mad and they basically say that trading and investing is a complete scam and there's no possible way to make money purely because they lost money. That answer is not a good result either, unless trading is just not for you. For some people, honestly, trading and investing may just not be for them. Like they just don't appreciate it. They don't see the value in it. They don't understand the patience and the discipline. Just like a 4-year degree for becoming a computer science major, there's time invested in order to actually learn to build money in trading and investing as well. So that's my thoughts on it. The biggest thing that I can say is that you don't want to get into that position. If you have any experience in that situation, you know that it basically feels helpless, and that's because for the most part it pretty much is, right? Unless you want to take substantial risk to try and dig yourself out of a hole, which is equally, actually more dangerous, right? You're piling on more risk. It can be a very dangerous thing very quickly. And so the main things to do to avoid getting in this situation, from my view, are to take small positions, take very small positions, be humbled by your position size. If you feel excitement with your positions, it can actually be a dangerous thing, because if your positions are big enough for you to be very excited and nervous and scared about them, they're probably too big and they're probably going to make you do dumb things and dumb decisions. Trading is a very psychological game. We know this, we've talked about it on the channel a bunch of times, but it is very important that the best thing that you can do is be proactive to stop this sort of scenario from happening to you by keeping your position small, keeping your risk management in check, trade with a stop, trade with some sort of risk management plan that keeps you from getting into a situation where you have 60% drawdown, because in that case, your account is gone. So again, I think that for a new trader, a lot of times what happens is they want to make 50%, 60%, 70% in a year, and so they pile on a bunch of risk to try and make those returns, and then bam, they all of a sudden are dealing with a trade that's gone against them, and they're sitting there like, my account is completely wiped. So that's my thoughts on the subject, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video and you want to see more content like this, I will continue to make it so long as you guys continue to hit that like button. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.